Laura Stinchfield, the pet psychic, and Kim Klein, intuitive counselor. And you're joining us here today on our YouTube lives and our podcasts that are coming every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So thanks for joining us. And every week we're going to talk about a new subject. And today we're going to talk about animal reincarnation again. And we're going to talk to some animals about what they think about animal reincarnation. So both Kim and I have a lot of animals, so we thought we'd talk to them. Here's Easter, and there's little Bella.
Kit's over here hiding out.
And oh yeah, look at there's Kit. And so welcome.
Hi.
So first about animal communication, I know a lot of animals, and in my business, I meet a lot of animals that often come back to their people. It's very, very common that our animals come back, and some of our animals come back over and over and over again. And you may not even know you have your animal back because it's a different life and oftentimes different genetics and sometimes a different sex. And so they'll be working on many different things in this lifetime. So sometimes you have them back and you don't even know it. And so I have Luca, my poodle, and Hudson, my German Shepherd, who they have big reincarnation stories. And Easter, not so much. I haven't really spoken to her much about reincarnation. And we spoke to Bella, which is Kim's little Yorkie there. And maybe we'll talk to her first. What do you think, Kim?
Yeah, it's a good idea. She only stays still for so long.
How cute
but
she is.
I told her she needs to hold still.
She's so cute. So Kim, tell us a little bit about how you got Bella and a little bit about what Bella said when I first spoke to her when she was a baby.
So for some reason, I was a big dog person, but all of a sudden I was looking all over the internet for little mini Yorkies. It just sort of happened. And I came across her breeder and I thought I have to have this little mini Yorkie. And so I went, I had to go travel to a different state to meet Bella when she was little. And I thought, okay, I have to have her. But then I didn't get to take her home because she was only like 4 weeks old or 5 weeks old. And she didn't get to come home till she was at least 10 weeks. But we talked to her while she was at her breeder's house. And it was so interesting because she said that she'd never been in a body before, but that she was coming here specifically for me because she knew that I needed her. And my daughter Talia, who I've mentioned in prior YouTubes and podcasts, she said that, what'd she say? I'm having a little girl, Yorkie, like a little ballerina or something like that.
Yeah, and Talia's on heaven.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
So
Bella definitely said she came from the stars.
She came from the stars, right? Mm-hmm. So let's ask Bella, and Bella is the one that Kim is holding, obviously. And we're gonna ask Bella, what does she remember about her past? Does she remember about anything like a past life, or does she remember anything? Did you see Kid's tail?
He's laying down.
So cute. So Bella, honey. Bella, what do you think about that, honey? What do you think about like the reincarnation and like where did you come from? She says she came from everywhere beautiful. What did it look like? Where did it look like, Bella, where you came from? Do you remember if maybe you lived another life before this one? Oh, she said that when she was in heaven, that Talia, Kim's daughter, who's in heaven, told her, you're going to go and live with them, meaning Kim and her husband. And I remember that she played flowers with me. You remembered that Talia played in the flowers with you? Yeah, there was like this big field of flowers. She said that there was a big field of flowers. And Talia played there with me. Oh, and she said that I was a lot of fun. And she said that she's the perfect soul to bring laughter to the family. She does bring laughter, doesn't she?
Tons of laughter.
And what else? Do you remember anything else? Do you remember living like a life before? She said, this is my first life. What, your first life as a dog or just like your first life in general? My first life is anything but a star. My first life is anything but a star. Oh my gosh.
Amazing, baby.
That's pretty cool. And for all of you out there, that's not something I hear very often, that they're just like star beings that like come to Earth. She's so cute.
I think, I mean, it's obvious when you see her, how she interacts. She's just so fresh, and she doesn't seem like she has any, she's like learning. Everything is new and fresh and crazy for her. She doesn't have an old soul sort of, I've been here before. I know I need to listen. I know I should sit and relax. She doesn't have any of that. She's just like wants to play with everything.
Oh,
like everything's new, and she wants to play, and she wants to go explore, and she wants to go outside and smell everything, and like she's never seen it before.
And also what? Oh, what, Kit? You want to say something? Oh my goodness, Kit! What do you? Kit's never done this before. How funny is that?
I know, he hasn't.
Oh my God, Kit. Wow, Kit, you are one handsome dude. Check that guy out.
He's
so
like,
Kit, honey, what do you want to say? No, Kit it kind of has a special story too. Kim got him from another friend of mine's house, and she had like kittens that were feral at her house, or cats that were feral and that gave birth, and there were all these kittens like crawling all over my friend's house, and these kittens were like climbing up on the roof and everything when they were really young. They were super agile, and that's where Kit came from. Kit, what about you, honey? What about you? Do you want to put your face back in here?
I'll put your face back in.
Do you remember like? You remember climbing that? Yeah, I was like a good climber. He says, yeah, I was a good climber. Do you remember? Like, I remember being a dog. You remember being a dog? Yeah, before I was like a big German Shepherd dog. Oh, he said he was a big German Shepherd dog. Well, like who? Like what kind of big German?
Oh, that's
Do you know who is? Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, like, well, did he live with me?
Yeah, who did you like? I lived with like this and like what? He said that he lived with a woman with thin, beautiful legs that loved to look sexy. Is that you?
Maybe back then. So that's
is that you?
I was, that could have been me back then. You remember, Kit's like 13, but you know, I had Solo, my German Shepherd, and then I had Gunther, my other German Shepherd. And then
do you think who do you think it is? Do you think it's Gunther? But Gunther did they cross him and Gunther?
Gunther passed before. Gunther passed in around like February or March of 2008, and he was born like July of 2008.
Oh,
so
oh my gosh, it's kind of funny because Gunther, he wasn't so wild. He was kind of like it would be interesting for him to come back as.
Well, he liked to play, that's for sure.
Yeah, but Kid is like kind of wild.
Kid is a hunter.
Yeah, he's a hunter, and Gunther kind of stuck more by you, didn't he?
Talia. He stuck more by Talia, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Kid, honey, were you Gunther? You know, he said that he felt like he was so famous for being so beautiful, and everyone was like, "You're so beautiful."
Huh. You
Who
know,
was
I don't
that?
want to say it was Gunther or Solo, but they were both gorgeous. One of them was Gunther was really muscular and huge for a shepherd.
Yeah.
Hudson and
I
Solo was skinny.
can also something else I gotta tell you. Something else you had to, like I had a big ball I played with. He said he had a big ball that he played with.
Okay.
And it was and we would play in the yard for hours. And we would play in the yard for hours. You know who that is?
Did you? Well, he didn't play with me. If he played for hours, it was Talia.
Oh. Would he have played for hours with Solo? I mean, with Solo, that could have been
No,
Solo
Solo
too.
was more reserved. He was more protection trained.
Oh, it's got to be Gunther. That's wild.
If it is one of mine, I'm thinking it's Gunther.
No, wait, I know that it's yours. You know that it's he says I know that it's yours. How do you know that it's yours, honey? How do you know that it was because because my mom was really sassy back then, and she was doing this and doing that, and in this life she's way more chill. Well, she was younger then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I remember, my mom would be like, "Get in the car." Well, yeah. And the other thing, what's the other thing? He said he knew the horses too.
Oh yeah, then it was Gunther.
Did Gunther know the horses too?
Mm-hmm. Because at the ranch he would run around, see the horses, and he'd go and jump the jumps in the
oh my God, you're Gunther. How cool is that? How could we never pick that up before?
I don't know. We never talked to the kid. I don't think since he was a baby before I got him.
Also, like the thing is I don't like to tell everybody. Kit said he doesn't like to tell everybody. Why don't you like to tell everybody? It will ruin your image in the neighborhood. I don't think it would ruin your image in the neighborhood if you were a German Shepherd. I think that's cool. He said he's known for like being the coolest cat around.
Yeah, that's true. He's a cool cat.
That's really funny.
I know. Well, once he mentioned the horses, I knew for sure it's him. I'm gonna go put Bella down in the kitchen really quick.
Okay. So in the meanwhile, we can talk to little Luca. I'm seeing if I could do. Let's see if I can do. I was thinking if I could just do me. Oh no, you're there. Okay.
No, you can just do.
Sorry, everybody. Well, I didn't know you were going to be so fast.
No.
So, should we talk to Luca? What do you guys think? Is anyone else saying? Anybody in the chat? That's my blue is recognized. Aww. Okay, so Luca Dookie has like a pretty amazing story. So Luca was my wolf hybrid in his past life. And Luca as a wolf hybrid was insane, kind of crazy. The hardest dog I ever trained when I was a dog trainer. She was a wolf hybrid crossed with a German Shepherd. I got her when she was 3 years old, and she had been so severely beaten that she saw 3 of everything, like her whole life. She had such bad eyesight that she saw like 3s of everything. She could tear through the woods, and like she would just go and run for like miles and miles and miles. But she also was very, very dog aggressive and could be people aggressive if they were sounded like prey. Like her wolf instincts would pop in. So she was very, very wild. And she was tough. One kind of interesting thing about her too is that when she was older, she fell off the bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And because wolves get imprinted so much, like anything like that will then imprint on them. And so from that moment on, she would get off the bed at 2:30, and then at 3:30 in the morning, like after that 3 o'clock time period passed, she would stand by the bed and whine at me to get me to invite her back up on the bed. Luca, the other thing with her is that she had severely injured her tail when she was little. And you could barely touch it. If you tried to touch it, she'd whip around and bite you. When she got older, she got much better at it, but she never really liked it. So she had she had lots of quirks. But anyway, Maya lived to be very old. She lived close to 16, and she passed away. And at the time, I didn't want any more other animals. And I was really nervous about Maya coming back to me because I thought, oh my God, like she was so hard. Like I kind of just needed a break. So I didn't necessarily want her back. Sorry, Luca. And so I said to her, if you want to come back, you got to come back to me as a party poodle. Because at the time, I knew this party poodle, Zoe's passed away now, but she's like one of the reasons. So I always kind of wanted a party poodle. So I was like, you got to come back as like a party poodle. Kind of wanted to rescue. I always rescued. And so one day I'm in the shower and I hear this like voice in my head. And she's like, Mom, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. She's like, I'm back. And she says, I'm back and I'm at a breeder. But don't worry, because the breeder does everything that you do. And at that time, I was very limited vaccines. And I also was, like fed raw food and just like extremely holistic in everything that I did with them. And she said, and I'm a party poodle. And I said, okay. Kim's going to go and get her little birdie. Trying to see how I could just make it me. Sorry, you guys. That's a little bit. So she said, Mom, I'm a party poodle and I'm at a breeder. And she said, I'm at the breeder who wears this, it's like a princess. They wear like tiaras, like princesses. And I'm down by San Diego. Well, oh my God, that was fast. Kim, you're so fast. So I go and online, I get out of the shower and I go online and I Google tiara poodle San Diego. And literally there was a tiara poodle San Diego. Wow. And so I was like, what do I do? Right. So I decided to call the breeder and tell her the truth because I didn't really want a dog and I didn't want to buy a dog if it wasn't going to be Luca, right? Like if it wasn't going to be Maya reincarnated. So, but I thought I needed to call her. So I called her and I said, I need to kind of tell you this before like we really get into like me getting one of your dogs. Oh, but I should say her website was all about being raw fed and natural rearing and holistically done. So I like knew I was on the right trail. So I called her up and I said to her, so this is the story. My wolf dog said she's going to come back. She said she's coming back to you. And Maya also said, I'm named after the woman's all-time favorite male. And so I said to her, yeah, he said that he's named after your all-time favorite male. And she's trying to think about it. She's like, I don't know who that could be. She's thinking, she's like, I don't have any puppies like that. And she couldn't figure it out. So then she says, she goes, you know what is the weirdest thing? She says, right now, I'm standing in the middle of these blooming cactus flowers that I planted. And it came, she said, I was at my friend's house and my friend had this like cactus that was dying. And I said, can I have it? Because I think that's the one that blooms. Let me have that. And this is Luca. This is who we're talking about. Right, Luca, say hi. So So she said, can I have that? And the friend said yes. And so then she took it to the garden store, this cactus. And when she took it to the garden store, she said, I want to plant this and I want it to, I want it to do well. Like, what do you think? And the guy at the garden store said, you have a better chance of turning a wolf into a poodle than you have for bringing that into flower. And when she answered my phone, she was standing in the cactuses that had all flowered and like multiplied. Yeah. So I kind of felt like I was like, oh, sign, like we're definitely on the right track here. So, but she did have, I don't know if she didn't have puppies or the puppies didn't match. I don't know what it was. So she's like, let me think about it. So I'm like, all right, time is different for them there. So like, I wasn't that concerned about it because I was like, maybe he'll come later, right? So a few days go by and she calls me up and she's like, oh my gosh, I figured it out. She said, I have this 6-month-old poodle who is named after my husband. And so I guess her husband is her all-time favorite male. And Luca's name was Quirk at the time. And she's like, what about him? So I was like, all right, like that must be who it is, right? And so at the time, Luca wasn't a party poodle, but he had like 2 colors. He was like a white color. Let's see if you can see little Luca here. Luca here. So Luca was like, he was like a this cream color, and then he had like a lot of blonde, which is the same color Maya was actually. It was like very sable, this cream and blonde. And so when I first met him, he was like super shy, but he came running over to me and she said, you know what? He doesn't really let anyone really touch him. And he only let her husband touch him. And Maya was a lot like that too. And Luca was 6 months old and he had this really weird thing with his tail. Like you couldn't touch his tail, which was exactly like Maya. And he was 6 months at the time, but you could barely touch his tail. And he didn't wag his tail till he was like 6 or 7 years old. Like he has no relation to his tail, which I thought was so weird because that was very much like Maya. And then he kind of would he did so good in this life because he would punk like some dogs, like I said, Maya was dog aggressive in her old life, and he would poodle punch them and stuff, but he has many, many friends now. And the other thing is, when I was talking to Luca or Maya when she was in heaven, she said to me, Mom, I'm stuck in a dark place. And I thought only Maya could get stuck in a dark place in heaven, right? So, but what it turned out to be is that Luca at that time was in utero. He was in his mom's belly. So that was the dark place. And this is the crazy thing. To this day, Luca is 12 now. He was born on Thanksgiving also, which I think is so interesting. But to this day, if Luca gets off the bed before 3 a.m., he always whines to get back on the bed. He'll before that, he'll jump up and down, no problem. But if he's off at 3 in the morning, then he barks at me or whines to tell me to invite him up. So let's ask Luca. Look at Luca, he's so cute. Luca, I'm so happy you came back to me. I'm so happy. You're doing such a good job in this life. Do you want to, what do you remember? Do you remember? Oh, let me tell you one other thing. Sorry. The other thing that I learned a lot about is that when Maya was in heaven, and Luca too, she said that she saw me in heaven. And at the time, I didn't really know this, but I thought angels were pretending to be me, and she was like, I don't trust them because it's not really you. But I think that now there's a part of us on the other side with them. And that's what she was feeling. But Luca, honey, what do you think about reincarnating, which I'm so glad you came back to me. Like, what are your thoughts on that about reincarnation? What do you think? He says, well, he's always going to come back to me. You're always going to come back to me. But you remember this, that after this set of dogs, I'm going to travel. So no doggies after this set. You're going to have to wait in heaven for me. Okay? We'll do another life together. But this is the thing. It's like, I don't know. You're always going to be my dog. Well, that's good. What do you remember being Maya? Do you remember being the wolf dog? You were such a badass. Do you remember? Well, I remember. You remember being awesome? And I remember running through the woods. And he says, and he remembers running through the woods. And I remember being like wanting to like grab little critters, which I don't want to do now. He says he remembers wanting to grab little critters, which he doesn't want to do now. That's good. I'm glad you don't want to do that in this life. I was like wanting to eat like live things. You wanted to eat live things? Do you remember wanting to eat live things? Yeah. Like I have a lot of memories. Like that memory of the stairs. Oh, that's true. That's the memory. He said he has a lot of memories, like the memories of the stairs, which is when Luca, when I used to train Maya going up and down the escalator at Nordstrom's. Like at that time, I trained all my dogs to like go into department stores and stuff and stores. And when we drove through Santa Barbara, he says, is that the place with the moving stairs? Yeah, you did remember that. You remember the mountain lion? Yeah, and like how like I was ready to fight it. Oh, he said he remembered the mountain lion and how he was ready to fight it. And that's interesting because we got chased by a mountain lion when we were with Maya, or stalked, I should say. Like, you know what I remember about like heaven? He says, you know what I remember about heaven? What do you remember about heaven? Like I You remember that it was really shiny. Yeah, like the sunlight was really beautiful. Like the sunlight was really beautiful. Like morning sun by the ocean. Like morning sun by the ocean. Oh, that sounds pretty. And I remember it was restful. Oh, he said he also remembers that it was restful. Oh, Luca. And like I felt like I could create anything I wanted. He said that he felt like he could create anything that he wanted. Like what? And so did you create this adorable body? Like what were you like, because you in your past life, you were long and lanky and big. You were huge and really majestic looking. And in this life, you're very majestic looking too, but you're small and compact. What did you think? Did you want that? I thought I wanted you to have easy. Oh, he said that he wanted me to have easy. Oh, so is this like the best body? I mean, it is an easy body. It's also athletic. He said it's also athletic. It is. Kim, do you have a question for him?
Luca, I don't have a question for you, but I just think you're so wise and so connected that I love hearing what you say.
Oh, did you hear what Kim said? Yeah, like I feel like her daughter, is like in the essence around her. Oh, you think so? Yeah. He says that your daughter is in the essence all around you. And sometimes she makes you glisten. He says, and sometimes she makes you glisten.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Like one of the things you have to know about dead people. He says one of the things you have to know about dead people is that they never leave you alone. That's so nice.
That's really nice, Luca.
Like you might be going to the bathroom and they're sitting on the bathtub. He says you might be going to the bathroom and they're sitting on the bathtub.
Luca, you always make me so happy with what you say. So
Luca, have you seen a dead person on my bathtub? Where'd you get that from? Are there dead people in our bathroom?
Luca needs a book.
Where'd you get that from? Well, you know what, honey? It's like sometimes Kim talks to Talia there. Sometimes Kim talks to Talia there. Do you?
I talk to her all over the place.
Oh.
Sometimes you just need a little peace and quiet. Communicate.
Okay, is there anyone in the chat that has a question for Luca? Yeah, do you have any like oh, wait, I've got a question. What do you mean you have a question? Like I'm gonna answer one. You're gonna answer one? Oh, did you hear someone telepathically ask a question? Yeah, like I want them to know that like I like my body here better. Oh, he's saying that he likes his body in this life better. Oh, was somebody asking you that? Like which life you liked better? Yeah, like how come you like this one better? Because I feel like I'm able to resist my urges. Because you're able to resist your urges, like your wild urges. Yeah, and like also, I don't have like a headache. Also, you don't have a headache. You had a headache in that one. That makes sense that you had a headache.
That's Mama's.
And you're not scared. You weren't that. I mean, you were scared, but you weren't that. You overcame that, I think, as a wolf too. Is there any what kind of body would you like when you come back next time? That's a good question. He says, well, if my mom's not going to let me come back, I'm just going to be an angel. But okay, but one, like you could go back to somebody else in the meantime if you wanted. And also you could maybe live another life, like you could practice being something else in heaven. Maybe a dolphin? Oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Or like a wild dolphin, not a captive one. Yeah, that'd be cool. What else? Anything else? I don't think I'd want to be a whale. You don't think you'd want to be a whale? No, because they're like too massive. They're too massive. They are. You like agile is kind of what you like, huh? Like, yeah, and also, don't be afraid to like. I'm sorry, Luke, I'm pulling you. I just want you to stay in camera. Like, I'm gonna tell people words of wisdom. You're gonna tell people words of wisdom? Okay. Don't be afraid to like let your animal go. Don't be afraid to let your animal go. What do you mean by that? Like to heaven? Yeah, because if you let them go to heaven, then they can come back. Because if you let them go to heaven, then they can come back. And like, do you mean like let go, like not hold on to them so much once they've passed? Is that what you mean? Like if they're like begging for them to come back or something? Is that what you mean? Oh, like you also mean what, buddy? I also mean like don't cry about him a lot. Don't cry about him a lot. No, because they don't like to hear it. Because they don't like to hear it. Oh. They can cry a little bit though. I hope we're not boring you. Me and Luca going on.
Luca is so cute.
Yeah. Okay. Should we talk to
Dabby?
Dabby? Yeah. Do you want to tell them the story about? Tell them the story. Thank you, Luca.
Well, we haven't talked to Dabby before. So Dabby she turned 1 yesterday on Valentine's Day. It was her hatch day. And she's a sweet baby. And I feel like I know where she came from and who she was. I feel like she was my macaw that passed away from a really bad disease when it was just 4 months old. But we never asked Dabby. So we'll see what this little wild thing has to say.
Okay. God, look how beautiful she is.
Yeah, she's called a blue-throated macaw.
And she's a cross between a blue and
no
cross.
Pure. Blue-throated are pure. They're from Bolivia, and they're smaller macaws. And they're really smart, very, very smart and technical.
Daddy.
Okay, I told you to listen for Laura.
Oh my God, let me get her. Now, for those of you, oh my God. Oh, you see me now. Hello there. I know, finally you saw me. It's so good to see you. You are such a pretty thing. And we're going to talk to you about, like, do you remember being anyone before you were in this beautiful body? Do you remember? Because you had such a beautiful body in the... You remember 2 lives? You remember this mommy helping you? Yeah, she was giving me medicine a lot. She gave you medicine a lot. She was trying to feed you. Yeah. And like you remember that you couldn't live? Do you remember why that you couldn't live? Your body was sick. That's true. Yeah. But I'm alive now. But you're alive now. Yeah. And I had to learn a lesson. You had to learn a lesson? She said she had to learn a lesson. I hope you guys can understand that when I just repeat what she says. Like, do you understand that I'm like repeating what she's saying without saying she said, she said. One of the things that you learned is that people love you, and that you can be loved by a different species. Oh, and that you can be loved by a different species. Oh, that's a cool thing to learn. What else? That
It'd be nice.
Light. When you die, you become light. Yeah, you become like a light beam. You become a light beam. What else? Like you also fly through heaven, and when you fly through heaven, you get better. Oh, she says also when you go to heaven, you fly through heaven, and then you get better. And then like magic brings you back. And then magic brings you back. What kind of magic? How does that work? Well, you just end up where you're supposed to be. She says you just end up where you're supposed to be. So do you remember thinking about coming back? Do you remember that at all? You remember thinking? And then you remember being back with your mom. So you don't remember like the in between, like you remember being in heaven, but you don't remember the decision of coming back or the process of coming in the body. It's like flying. Yeah, but you're just everything. It's like flying, but you're just everything. Oh, cool. That's so cool. I got something else to say. You got something else to say? What is it? You like to see me? Oh, I like to see you too. My feathers are different than yours. Yeah, because we don't really have feathers because we can't fly, honey. That's my hair. That's different. It's very different. My feathers are different than hers. Who would have known? One other thing. She says she wants like her square with stuff inside. Do you know what that is?
Maybe it's her cage with lots of toys.
No, I thought it was like a foraging thing.
Oh, yeah. We have a foraging basket. Mm-hmm.
Is it small that she can like tear apart? It looks like small block size.
We have so many toys that it could be any one of them. But I have a little cage that's like.
Is it like a cage, honey, or is it like a cage where you kind of put your beak in there to get something out? I thought it was more solid. It's like you open it up.
Okay.
You have to open it. You know what that is?
Yeah, it's these foraging toys that you rip off the outside and you pull things out from inside.
Yeah.
He loves that stuff.
Okay. Oh. She says people are obsessed with birds and birds need music. Oh. Did you know that I was playing music for Simora earlier today? Did you know that? Simora didn't want to come out of her cage, and so then I was playing music for her, so she wanted to come out. Little Peter Tosh. She loves Peter Tosh. I like to hear all kinds of different music. Okay. You guys don't play a lot of music, though, do you?
Well, my husband plays guitar, and so
that's right. That's right.
But as far as like the radio, not so
He
much.
plays music, so maybe she wants him to sing. Do you want Daddy to sing to you? Do you want Daddy to play? You like to listen? And watch him. Oh, cool.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, can I ask something? You can ask something. Mom, I want to go in the car.
Oh, okay.
What do you want to do? Do you want to go to work with them? Is that what you want to do? I just want to go for car rides.
Yeah, I've taken her for one car ride, just in the car on my holding her while I drove around the neighborhood. I do that to give them some excitement.
Was that fun for you? Yeah, she said. So
I have
cute.
a question, Gabby.
Shoot.
When will you be done with your formula?
Yeah, because she's still getting. Kim's still feeding her with a syringe, right? It's like a syringe.
Yeah, and she eats real food too, but she still wants that formula. Not very much, but she's stuck on it.
So, honey, did you hear that you're supposed to give up your formula, honey? You got to stop eating that. You got to just eat for yourself, and mommy doesn't feed you anymore. Because remember how you said that, like, that mommies feed you to be well? Well, you're well already. So you don't need any more formula. You could be grown up like your sisters and your brother. Does she have a brother anymore? Your sister.
No, sisters.
Your sister. All your sisters. But it's so tasty. You could give her formula.
Yeah, I could put it on your food, sweetie.
Yeah, you could get it on your food. Mommy's not going to give it to you anymore, okay? But she can put it on your food. The squishy fruit.
The squishy fruit?
What squishy fruit? It's like a mango tasting. You know what that is?
Huh. She doesn't get much fruit. Too much sugar is bad, but I'll figure that out.
What else could that be?
Well, she gets beans, but they don't taste like mango.
No, it's definitely more like a mango, orange. No, it's like you peel it.
Oh,
it's a fruit.
Is it? What color is it? Is it a banana?
Well, maybe it's a banana, but I thought it was like a brighter color.
Okay. Well, a kumquat?
I don't know. What's the kumquat? I don't know what that is.
A little miniature thing that's sour on the inside and sweet on the skin.
Does it look like a mango?
No.
Not really, no.
Maybe she likes the mango. I've given her mango. Maybe she wants mango.
Oh, it's mango then. Because that's what I'm seeing is mango.
Yeah, okay. I'll get you some mango. And you can have mango and you can give up your formula.
Okay. Is that a deal? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, baby. You want to say goodbye?
Look how cute she is.
She's so cute.
She's so cute.
I can't stand it. I love her so much.
I know. I don't know. Should we talk to somebody else?
Yeah. Who do you have sitting around there? I'm going to put her downstairs. I'll be back.
Okay. I got Felix here. Should we talk to Felix? Felix, come here. Felix, come here. Come here. Come here. Hold on. This is Felix. And Felix, isn't he cute? Felix was a stray, and he came to me as a foster failure. And this is the really interesting thing is I had a dream that my cat Joey came and told me that he's Felix and that I have to keep Felix because he's in Joey. But I think Joey lied to me. I think Felix is Mr. Squirrely that used to live outside on my tree. And if you see, Felix is sore, so I don't want to handle him too much, but his tail looks just like a squirrel tail. So
You
Felix,
gonna talk to Laura in a
do you
minute?
remember a life before this? Like, do you remember living in the oak tree in front of our house? Do you remember a life before that?
Okay.
You remember only love? When you lived before you lived in a castle? Yeah, it was like one of those big castles and it was dark and oh my God, you remember living in a castle that was dark and it was lit by candles. Oh, how
Ooh.
cool is that? Was I there? Was I there with you?
Yes.
You were there. And, but like, yes. You were like, I was what? Yes. I wasn't a lady, I was a guy. And I lived in a castle. Oh my gosh, how old was I? Was I an old guy or a young guy? A young guy? Ooh, that's fun. Did we ride horses? You went with me everywhere. Oh, that's a life I don't remember. Thank you. Okay, now here's Easter. You want to share something, Easter? Do you want to share something? What do you want to share? She says she's the best in this life. And I've been with you like so many lives. You've been with me so many lives. Hudson, my German Shepherd, found her in the woods when we were hiking one day. And you know, what, honey? Like, I was a butterfly once. She says she was a butterfly once. Oh, that's cool. What else do you remember?
You listening?
You were a princess, like a human. Yeah, like I was just like always like a princess dog. You were always a princess dog. Oh, I believe that too. Is that when I lived? Is that? Did you live with me, Felix, in the castle? It's not funny. It is funny.
Oh, you're laughing too?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna tell me something else? What? Like I was a cat at one time. You were a cat at one time? Yeah, and you were a best friend of mine. I wondered if you were Seraphina. Sometimes I wonder that. Were you my Seraphina? Is that who you were? You remember hanging with me? Sometimes I think she was my cat. I could see that. Maybe you were Seraphina. Maybe that was you.
I can see her as a butterfly.
Okay. Yeah, me too.
You know how she wanders around?
Yeah, totally. She wanders. Unless she has a tracker collar on because she's always wandering. And you know where else? What else, honey? Lady Kim. Like I knew Kim once. You knew Kim once? Yeah, like in another life. In another life you knew Kim. Oh. You were angel beams together? Yeah, like Kim and I, we intertwined in angel beams. There's a lot of talk about angels and beams of light today. That's kind of cool.
Easter, did I know you? Did you live with me in bodies ever?
Yeah, did you live with Kim Body? Yeah, like you know that, like you know that little dog that that was me. You know that little dog that had bad teeth? That was me. Who's that?
No, she can't be Zippy because she was around when Zippy was around. I don't know who it was.
Are you saying you knew Zippy? You weren't Zippy though. Because if you were Zippy, Zippy was around when Seraphina around too. Well, like, Kim, come on, you know me. Come on, Kim, come on, you know me.
Was I little?
Kim knows you in this life. Are you thinking past life, like when we lived in California? Is that what you mean? Like our history in this life? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking and she might have had like a dental back then. She might be talking about this life, but it feels different because it was
a different location and everything. Yeah. What do you think?
Like, Kim and I knew each other Come on, Kim and I knew each other. I know you
Okay.
knew each other, honey.
Yeah.
Poor Easter. She's like so misunderstood. I think she
We'll
means,
figure it out,
I
Easter.
think she means she knew you in California.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, don't really remember much, but living in a castle sounds cool. Okay.
So I don't think we've ever spoke to Lovey, my rescue African gray.
Lovey, honey, do you?
Yeah.
Who up?
I'm wondering if she remembers her life before we rescued her. It was crazy, I think.
Oh, before you rescued her. So not like a past life, like a
Not a
like
past
Easter's past life.
Yeah.
So, Lovey, honey. Lovey. Hi, Lovey. Hi, Lovey. Lovey, honey, what was your life like before this life, before you came to mommy and daddy? Do you know? What was your life like? What was it like? You can see me, I know. I know you can see me. You know the cage that didn't have fun things in it?
Mm.
I didn't have fun things. And also, I got kind of hurt once. You got hurt once?
Oh.
I got something caught around my leg. And it was hard to get off. And you know that tray with water on the bottom? It was yucky.
Oh, poor thing.
I have clean water now. You've clean water now? Yeah. And also, I want a bigger cage. You want a bigger cage? I think your cage is pretty big now. I want it bigger.
We can see about that. That's not impossible. What about, were you in our lives as a different birdie in a past life?
She said she wants to fly in it.
Oh, she wants the aviary from outside that we put her in the summertime.
You have to wait till it's summer, honey. Do you think she's talking about like sometimes when you put the macaws out that maybe she wants time, like in the winter when it's nice out? Like she wants time out there too?
Yeah, but it was only been nice one time. And only 2 of the macaws went out. She goes out
honey,
all the time.
So the weather's got to get nicer for you to go out there. The weather's got to be nicer.
But do you want a bigger cage that you're in?
Yeah, do you want like your home cage, like where you're in during the night and stuff? Do you want that bigger? Yeah, and I want that big nest I can go inside of.
Yeah, she likes to nest. She's been nesting all over the place, eating the walls. And Lovey, before I take you downstairs, were you reincarnated?
She's the one
I know.
She's the one that eats the walls.
Yeah, we had a surprise. She's ate through the bathroom wall in 2 spots. It's so funny. Like right through the wall.
She kind of showed me like those big wooden nests, though. Could you not get her one of those?
A big wooden nest box?
Yeah, it looks like an acorn, but it looks big.
I have tried to find something for her, and I ordered it, and it came mini. It came like, what is this small little thing? So I have to order something else.
So you know what Seymour had at one point was like, I think you actually told me to do that. Was like a box.
Yeah, she doesn't like the box. We'll figure it out.
But
it's just hard to get them, and she actually will stick with. She likes the bathroom walls.
Yeah, I wonder if you could put some type of wood chip bedding down that wouldn't like would be okay for her to chew on,
Yeah. Lovey, were you reincarnated from any of my other people or animals in my life?
Did you hear that, honey? You don't know about any past lives?
Okay.
I just know that this one is good. I want to learn more tricks.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty smart.
I want to go upstairs. And I want to go upstairs.
Mm. Okay.
And I want to do flying outside. You're not allowed to fly outside, though, sweetie.
Only in the aviary.
Only in the aviary. Can you get me one of those? She says she wants one of those harnesses.
Oh.
Kind of looks like that would be hard to put on you, though how mouthy you are.
Yeah. If you let me put it on you, we have one.
Yeah. I want to use that and go for walks. I want to use that and go for walks.
Okay, I'll try. I'll work on it. She's being nicer right now than she's been in a long time. She's been sort of grouchy, but I think she's glad to be up here talking to you.
She's bored. I mean, bored at Kim's house, though, is almost impossible because she has so many toys and so many things for them to do.
Yeah,
And
it's like she lives in fantasy
pretty
world.
much free downstairs, so they're like they can fly around. They're not.
Yeah, it's like they're in the wild, but a controlled wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ready to go back down?
You could do a waterfall for us. She says you could do a waterfall for us.
That would be cool. Do you want to take a shower?
That's kind of wild that they would like a waterfall, isn't it? So, do you want to take a shower? That would be kind of fun. Yes.
Okay. After this, I'll take and give you a shower.
Oh, cool.
He loves them.
Cool.
And they need them a few times a week.
What?
They need to have showers a few times a week.
Yeah.
Especially African grays because they're powdery.
Oh. Sweet little thing.
Yeah. The other two, I'm not going to bring the other two up. We'll do that with them another time.
Oh, Kelly says, "Where's beautiful Hudson?
Yeah.
How he's doing?" So Hudson is doing good. He's dealing with he had a little hiccup in his recovery. He has a little bit of an infection. For those of you who don't know, Hudson's my white German Shepherd, and but he's doing pretty good. He's taking it in stride, and hopefully he'll be 100% soon. I don't know if I could call him and get him over here. Hold on, let me see if I can get him. I think he's coming. He's on antibiotics, so he's a little drowsy. Come here, bud. What I'm waking you up for? Come this way. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, yeah, he's a little drowsy. He doesn't feel like 100%. Oh, there he is. Show him your cute face. So this is Hudson. Hudson has a cool reincarnation story too, but we're getting out of time, so I won't tell it. But Hudson, look at that cutie. Look at that cutie. Look at that cute boy. So Hudson, honey, do you want to say anything about come here. Well, and we can end with you. Put your head up so you can. Hudson, do you want to say, and just come a little, he's kind of stuck in between the couch and the coffee table, but did you want to say anything about your reincarnation? Because you had such a cool reincarnation story. He came back the same day he died, right? And into a new body. Do you want to tell anyone anything? He says, just believe anything is possible. Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I got to just give this guy a. There's Bradley. What do you want to say, Bradley, since you joined us? If you're going to ask me about my life. Are you going to ask you about your life? We weren't planning on it, but we can ask you about your life. Do you remember another life before this? I think that a snake. You think you've been a snake before? Oh my God.
That's interesting.
What else? Yeah, what a snake. Yeah, and I also think when you lived in heaven, yeah. I think I helped other animals escape floods. You think you helped other animals escape from floods? Oh wow.
Oh,
That's crazy. Yeah, I think I picked them up with my mouth. You think you picked them up with your mouth? Yeah, and carried them to safety? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do believe it. If you say it, I believe it. He says, don't you believe it? Buddy, if you say it, I believe it. What else? Anything else? You know what? That's kind of interesting what he said. It's very possible that he was alive in a flood, in a past life, and he's remembering that he helped other animals, and then he's thinking maybe he did it in heaven as a spirit, but it's totally possible it could be a past life. Anything else, Bradley? I remember joy. You remember joy? Yeah, you gotta have every single life. You have to have joy every single life. Well, that I agree with. And if you're scared of not having joy, you gotta get over it. And if you're scared of not having joy, you better get over it. And that comes from Bradley. For 2.5 years of his life, he was a stray. He was feral practically and filled with worms and also what? Listen, everyone listening now. He says, listen, everyone who's listening now, just look at your animal and be like, I love you. Just look at your animal and be like, I love you. And they'll feel it. And also what? Don't ever get mad at a pet. Why not? Because they don't mean any harm. Because they don't mean any harm. Well, sometimes I get mad at you when you slam into your siblings. So although you may not mean any harm, you still have to be gentle with everybody and watch your body. Yeah, I don't mean to hurt them. You don't mean to hurt them. I know you don't mean to hurt them, buddy. But sometimes I have to be quick with you. Don't be... When did he say, don't be mad at your pets? He's so sensitive. Okay. Well, thank you guys all for joining us. We so love to have you here. I hope we didn't bore you.
No, we got so many great comments. People love this. We should do another one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Remember, Thursdays, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube, the Pet Psychic, YouTube/Pet Psychic. Okay, you guys, you all be well.
Bye.
Talk with the animals. Sorry, you guys. I don't know how to close this up. Bye.
Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my